Alright, Kimbo White here. UFC on FX. Guillard versus Miller. Got a good card here. Awesome card for free. The fact that UFC's putting on 34 events this year is fucking awesome. And I know a good number of those will be on Fox and FX. I'm happy about that because I can actually watch all the prelims because the Facebook stream never did work for me. So some of the cards I haven't been able to watch all the prelims live. Now I will be able to, and also they're free, so that's awesome, right? I just want to give everybody a quick update, I guess, on the prediction race. Kamikaze MMA has dropped out of the race for whatever his reasons may be. He and I had words, and it upset me that he dropped out of the race, and I'm not going to elaborate on that too much, but I'm not going to sit here and badmouth him because he did on a video. I'm just going to let you guys know that now there's 5 of us in the race, so four people will win t-shirts. I'll put the standings up here in annotation for you, and that'll be that. Let's see here. Nick Denis and Joseph Sandoval. I think the first 2 fights on this card, the Denis and Sandoval fight and the Pineda and the Schilling fight, are pretty much a couple of guys getting thrown to the wolves for the most part. Sandoval and Schilling are both, promising fighters that have had some decent showings, but not against big competition on a big stage. I looked in the one guy that one of these guys has fought was 0-7, and that's just ridiculous. Why would you? Jeez, I'm not even gonna say anything about that. But Nick Denis won his last fight over a guy who was 23-8 with a choke slam. So he is a beast. If you guys haven't seen Nick Denis fight, he's tough. He outsizes Sandoval by quite a bit, and I think Sandoval is going to get overpowered. I'm not really sure, how these fights are going to end, because to be honest, I've seen these guys, all these guys fight like one time, and I've never seen Schilling fight. So, anyways, going with Camoes over Tom Hayden. Tom Hayden, not much of a record either to be coming in against a guy like Camoes. Fabricio Camoes fought some pretty tough guys. I gotta take him in that fight. Charlie Brenneman, I think most likely Daniel Roberts is. And now I know he's training over at Caesar Gracie MMA, and those guys over there have been training with Andre Ward, and that's why the Diaz brothers are so impressive with their striking these days, and their boxing is so top level for MMA. And so Roberts might come out and really surprise me here and just put a whooping on Brenneman, but I don't really see it happening. I think Charlie's stand-up's good, probably better than Ninja Roberts, and I think that he's stronger. So I think if Roberts goes for the takedown, Brenneman can defend it. He's got good takedown defense, and good level wrestler himself, who outsizes Roberts and most likely is stronger. So I think that he can control what happens as far as takedowns and wrestling, and I think he probably has the edge in the stand-up. And I might be wrong there, because like I said, Daniel Roberts is training with the best, well, arguably the best stand-up guys in the sport. You might say that the guys over at Black House are better than the guys over at Gracie's. And I'm sure everybody's got an argument if it came to that, but definitely training with some top level guys over there, some of the best in the sport. So, you know, it's hard for me to pick against the guys coming out of Cesar Gracie camp. It really is, because I'm a big Diaz fan, big Melendez fan, and, you know, them guys train killers over there. But I'm going to take Charlie Brenneman in that fight. I think he'll be able to control what goes on, and we'll see what happens. I like both these guys, so it's a promising looking fight. But most of these fights really are. The next one is going to be very interesting. You got Kamal Shalorus, who's a well-known guy, fought in the WEC and UFC. Probably most famous for his fight against Jamie Varner in the WEC. But he's fighting a guy who's quite interesting. Somebody who nobody around here knows, but Khabib Nurmagomedov, and I've never seen him fight, but his record speaks for itself. The guy's 16-0, and let's just see here, nearly all by submission. I'll tell you exactly. He has 6 by knockout, 6 by submission, 4 by decision. Okay, so I was wrong, but still, he is, on top of being 16-0, he was Combat Sambo World Champion, Combat Sambo Russian National Champion, and European Army Hand-to-Hand Fight Champion one time. So you go on YouTube, and quite a bit of this guy's fights are on there. And so, while I say I haven't seen him fight, but I did watch his fights on YouTube. I haven't seen him live, but I did go watch 3 or 4 of them on YouTube. This dude is a beast. He's a diving for your legs, crazy maniac, grappling maniac. And Shalorus is, has good grappling credentials himself. He's, let's see here. Kamal Shalorus is, he is, let's see here. Decorated wrestler representing Great Britain in an Olympic qualification tournament where he placed 19th in the Olympics in wrestling. Notable win over Joachim Hansen in the European Abu Dhabi Combat Club qualifiers. This guy's a trainer in ground grappling. He's definitely certified ass whooper. But of his 7 wins, only 1 come by submission. And he is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. He's trained with a few top-level guys in his day, and obviously is been around the sport for a while. First MMA fight was in 2008. But he's primarily stand-up and not that good at it, and not high level on the ground either. So, it'll probably be honestly, it will probably be a underdog pick, my upset pick for the card, but I don't think it should be. It will be with the bettors, because Shalorus has a name in the States. Nobody knows who the hell Nurmagomedov is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe because of Nurmagomedov's record, he'll be the favorite in the fight. I'm not a bettor. I don't check the betting website, so I'm not really sure about that. You guys can let me know. Even though probably not many people are even going to see this vid, because it's like the night before the fights again, because I'm a dumbass and never get my videos up in time to even get any damn views. So, Jorge Rivera, if Eric Schafer might want to stand with Jorge Rivera, and I don't think that'd be a good idea. I think Jorge's stand-up's better, and so I think Schafer's going to want to apply some fence tactics, some ground and pound. Now, I think his best bet would be to try to get Rivera against the fence and use some clinch work, clinch game. But I don't know. I got a feeling that old Jorge will pull this one out. I don't think he's going. I think he'll be able to stay on his feet with Schafer. and probably winning the stand-up. You know, at first I thought, I'm kind of really going against a gut feeling a little bit in this because I felt like Schafer is really the younger, hungrier fighter and a stronger fighter and probably more athletic. But when you look at it on paper, Jorge, you know, has fought the who's who, and not only that, the dude has unreal, I mean, very good takedown defense and good stand-up. So I just, on paper, I just have to go with Rivera in that fight. The next fight, I'm going to go with Pat 1D Berry, which is what I call Pat Berry because he's one-dimensional as hell. I just hope that Berry's been training with Lesnar and them guys in Minnesota. I hope they've been training him. I hope it just wasn't all worrying about Lesnar fighting over him these last few months. And because, you know, be nice to see Pat Berry pick up a damn win, because I think obviously if Morecraft beats him, he's got to get cut, man. It's got to be the last straw if Morecraft beats him. And I just think it looks better on paper for Berry. Morecraft is good at submissions and is good at getting takedowns, and he might be able to get Berry down and, you know, up against the fence and do what he needs to do. I just think that Berry will probably cut the distance and catch him. If Morecraft wants to clinch, I just think Berry with the short little frame will be able to sneak some uppercuts in or something along them lines. I might be wrong. And I'm going to pick Pat Berry in this fight. And Pat Berry was kind of my gut feeling on this one. But I just don't know. Morecraft could use his size and beat him, like I said, and if he does, that's good riddance for Pat Berry in the UFC. So we'll see. I'm gonna have a little bit of faith in Pat this time, that Lesnar's been shooting some takedowns on him and working with him in return, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to take Mike Easton over Jared Papazian, and really, Papazian is no joke, man. This dude has got a good record, and he's the guys he's fighting are real competition. If you go look at his record and look up the guys he's fought, he is, I'm going to tell you exactly. Excuse me, guys. 14-6, and you know, like, he fought Abel Collum. His last fight was Marvin Garcia, who was 7-1. Papazian gave him his only loss. Yeah, these guys are tough guys that he's been fighting, and you know, I'm hoping that Easton doesn't come in and overlook him, because Easton's 11-1, black belt in jiu-jitsu, black belt in something else here, I'll tell you. Anyways, let's see here. Easton is 11-1, black belt in jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and black belt in taekwondo. This dude can move, and he's beat John Dodson, Chase Beebe, Josh Ferguson. I'm not sure who Justin Robbins is, but and most recently Byron Bloodworth. So you know, he's this dude's taken out a lot of tough guys here lately, and he hasn't fought a lot, but he has fought recently, so that's good. Let's see here. Papazian, how many times did he fight this last year? Papazian's been very active, and that kind of worries me too. But Man, I gotta go with Mike Easton in this fight. I'm a big fan of Mike Easton, and I think he's gonna do big things in the sport. The dude can really move, and if Papazian gets him down, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He can stub him off his back. He's comfortable there. So whatever. I'm going with Mike Easton in that fight. And on to the two main events, Duane Ludwig and Josh Neer. Man, I've thrown this one around a lot. I'm sure everybody did. Throw it back and forth quite a bit, thinking this is what it boils down to, guys. If Josh Neer and Duane Ludwig stand, you know, on paper, Neer's not really at a disadvantage. But Ludwig finishes a lot of guys himself. Both of these guys, Ludwig's had more fights go to decision. Ludwig has had 5 wins and 1 loss go to decision. Out of his 21 wins, he's won 16. He's finished 16, 10 TKOs, 6 submissions. And out of his 11 losses, he's been finished 10 times, which always tells you that even if a guy's fights never go the distance, even when they're losses, it tells you a guy comes to fight. He's not leaving anything in the cage. He's coming out there to fight, whether he wins or loses. Now, with that said, Josh Neer, 32 wins, 28 of them he's finished. 11 by submission, 17 by knockout or TKO. Out of his 10 losses, 5 of them have went to decision. So, what that tells me is that Josh Neer's finishing nearly everybody that he fights, and half the guys that's beating him have had trouble finishing him. He's been submitted 4 times and only TKO'd once. And the TKO loss was, let's see here, where? Martin Miller in 2007, exactly. So, you know, in the fight metric, if you go there and you look it up, what it looks like there is that, let's see here, average fight time for Ludwig is 6:38. Average fight time for Neer is 10:31. So it's, some of Neer's fights last longer, but basically both of these guys are finishing their fights, and you know, some of Neer's fights are going longer, but he's finishing more people, and more people are having trouble finishing him. Now, with that said, Neer does have a wrestling background, a wrestling base that a lot of people don't realize that he has, because he is primarily a stand-up fighter. But Josh Neer has, you know, a wicked good stand-up game, and they don't call him the Denis for no reason. He trains under Militech, and he let's see here. Oh, 32 and 10. Okay, yeah, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm gonna go with the Denis in this one. A lot of people are picking Ludwig. Josh Neer, he's one of my favorite fighters to watch, and I'm gonna have some faith in him in this one. So, we'll see what happens there. And, let's see here. On the main event, I'll tell you what, guys. I just got to go with Jim Miller in that fight. Both guys got wicked stand-up. I just feel like Millard's stand-up is, you know, it's good, man. It's good, and I'm not going to say it's sloppy because it's not. It's controlled. It's a good stand-up, but Miller's stand-up is very technical. Uses a lot of footwork, head movement, Always moving, and I think he's better on the ground, and I think he can get Guillard down, ball him up, pound on him, or sub him out. That's what I expect to happen there. So, it's been less work with Kimbo White. Yeah, I might do a post-event video tomorrow night, and I guess I'll see y'all then.